And so, what happened yesterday? They just showed up out of nowhere?
Out of nowhere.
Who was it that came?
Specifically, it was Kate Harrison and Jesse Arraguin and Buffy Wicks.
Buffy Wicks, the new elected assembly member.
Right.
And why do you think they came?
That's a tough question. I've been looking at this. Everybody's always got their own reasons for stuff. I think Buffy Wicks actually came for the purpose of checking us out.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like she had any other real motivation for being here other than to just examine the situation.
Yeah.
Now, what she's heard about it, and what she knows, and what she wanted to know, that part's all details.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was the coolest visit anybody's made out here.
Yeah.
Because she actually asked questions that were relevant to us.
Yeah. What made it? What
kind of surprised me.
What kind of questions felt relevant to you?
That'd be hard to put my finger on it exactly, which is, that's a good question because politicians have a way of making you feel that way without actually doing anything at all.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that she said that inspired me the most was the term sanctioned encampment.
She started talking about sanctioning.
Well, she didn't actually say anything like that, but she used that term.
Okay.
Yeah, they were referring to a sanctioned encampment, not to us specifically.
They just were talking about the theme in general.
Right.
And what else did you talk about with the mayor and Buffy Wicks as far as like this parcel of land goes?
They did mention that they want to take the fence down.
And how long has that fence been there?
That's been there, first they put up a temporary fence.
Okay.
And that was there, I don't know, 2-3 months?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay.
And then they put up this permanent fence. And that created a little bit of ire.
Yeah.
The artist actually came back from Hawaii when he found out about this. Yeah.
Wow.
And went to the city council meeting and created a little fervor over that, but it never seemed to actually go anywhere. I don't know if there's a legal proceeding that goes with it, and he just didn't follow through, which is probably what I suspect actually did happen.
Why would they want to, what were they saying, why do they want to take that fence down? To what end?
It interferes with the artwork, and it's funny because Ben Bartlett, our council member, started out with that. Oh yeah, I want to take the fence down, but I don't want any tents to go back on the property.
Yeah.
Which, if the fence wasn't there, we wouldn't be on there anyway.
Right.
We've been told to get off, we're getting off.
Right.
That's the way that we've been interacting for a while now with a successful interaction. Now, the city attempted to interact with us in a different way for quite a while and found that to be unsuccessful until we've developed a better interaction, which I really like.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it seems like, you all have been here for so long, for, like we were saying, 2 years. It seems like the mayor does see this as like a good, a good outline for how encampments could be. Did he say anything about that?
And to that end, I'd have to view it again, which I didn't really review
Right.
it at all. But he did give me a feeling that he was also interested, and this is what I think the assembly member was really here for, in the sense of they're looking at this as something that's the future. In the future, politicians are going to be successful with the ability to deal with this issue.
Interesting.
And I think she wants to be the forerunner of that.
Right.
And to that end, it's like, if she wants to use me to be her brownie button, I'm ready to go with it.
Yeah.
Concerned.
Well, I mean, that's kind of cool that it seems like that he brought her here with the idea that maybe she sees this as the future, that he brought her here as sort of a model of what that could look like.
Right.
So why do you think this encampment is one that the mayor or maybe Buffy Wicks could see as a model?
That was pretty well put. We have a lot of community support. Politicians really appreciate community support. So I think they're looking to be able to take advantage of that for themselves, which, as long as it goes around in a circle, is the way it's supposed to function.
Yeah. And when you say community support, do you mean like the fact that you partner with Friends of Adeline, or do you mean that you support each other, or both?
All of it.
Yeah.
The community has outpoured to us.
Yeah.
Friends of Adeline has only brought more people.
And this is...
Well, that goes more inclined towards like the way the camp has survived.
Because it's alcohol and drug free.
That's a major portion of it.
Yeah. Part of the reason why it survived for so long.
Right.
Yeah.
The collective nature of the camp is also part of why we've been able to maintain success also.
What do you mean collective?
Everybody decides what happens here.
Like a consensus.
Right.
Yeah.
Consensus rules.
Yeah. That seems unusual. Not
it's
unusual.
kind of native, so
rules.
the state's not ready for it at all.
Yeah. Totally.
That's reality.
Yep. Yeah.
2 years without
Yeah.
a major incident is probably up there.
Do you think that this is the oldest encampment in the East Bay?
I couldn't tell you that.
You don't know. I don't know either.
Nope. That'd be a tough question to answer.
Yeah. And who founded Here There?
I know that. That's a tough question.
Wasn't it Mike Zint?
Mike Zint definitely has been if we said first they came for the homeless, it's more comprehensive. It's like Mike's been integral with everything that's happened.
Yeah. Yeah. And do you think that the reason that the mayor came with Buffy Wicks and the reason that you're here, you've been here for so long, does that have anything to do with the lawsuit?
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Yeah.
If we hadn't filed suit, I'm sure we would have had a much rougher road.
Right. But
it doesn't necessarily mean we would have been moved.
Right. Well, right, because like you said, I mean, the fact that you're drug and alcohol free and that you haven't had a major incident, it's like they don't really have
any actual reason to move us.
Yeah. Right. Well, that doesn't. I mean, we've seen how that doesn't stop politicians.
This is
in
true.
Other moments.
The neighborhood support that we have is definitely a balancing factor for their ability to move us also. So that between everything, it all adds up to we're still here.
Totally.
It doesn't prevent them, and when I saw them coming, the first thing that happens is my heart sinks. It's like, here comes the eviction.
Oh no.
This is it,
Yeah. But obviously that wasn't the case.
Obviously it wasn't. I was very pleased with how it's gone.
Yeah.
There was still, even after they left, there was still a little while where it's like, wait a minute, they could still come anytime now.
Yeah.
Just because that happened doesn't mean they're not waiting right around the corner.
Right, totally, the garbage trucks.
Yeah. We'll get them to take a big sigh first and then scoop them up.
Earlier we were talking about how you discussed with the mayor and Buffy Wicks that there hasn't been much police activity here. Can you tell me about that?
Well, there hasn't been any, and the way that came up was because I actually brought the issue up.
Oh, really?
And because the police interaction is very, that's the issue that we're stressing on the most. The way that the police treat people out in the street is a protocol that they don't even themselves have any comprehension of how damaging it is to people. And it's specifically structured to be damaging to people. So that you're being told by people that are functional to do this, to do what they don't even understand what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's a pretty inhumane situation.
Yeah. How have you all avoided that here?
The policies here and the way the camps run and the support that we've been given and the tireless work that people like Mike Zinn have done, that's what's kept us here.
Yeah.
Totally.
That's awesome. Is there anything else that you discussed with them yesterday that you think is important to talk about?
Especially with all the attention that we have.
Yeah.
If we were just another homeless camp, I'm sure we would have already been scooped off like so much bad dirt.
Yeah. And you know, obviously Buffy Wicks was elected to like a statewide office position. Do you feel like now that you have established some sort of communication with her, you'll be able to keep communicating with her as a representative of California and not just of...
That's a really good question, because she did say she looks forward to several conversations, which I find very encouraging.
Yeah.
In fact, if I'm given the time to be able to prepare that, and I'm given a little advance of questioning, then we can get it right down to the information that she needs to be able to do the things that we need.
Yeah.
And that would be tremendous.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be more than happy to assist her in that entirely. A brownie button for her for making it happen, and better for everybody out here.
Yeah.
We
What
couldn't have
kinds
a better win-win situation.
Yeah. What kinds of things would you want to work on with her?
The whole concept of sanctioned encampments. Yeah, the tough shed thing they're doing in Oakland, this is inexcusable. It's just totally, you know, this comes right out of Hitler's playbook. What those people are doing should be remembered as something, as the model that we want to make sure that no one else does.
Yeah.
That's how that needs to work out.
Right. I had another question. Oh, you said that she said she looks forward to several more conversations. Did she imply whether she would come back, or did she give you her contact information?
She
or anything
didn't do
like
that.
Okay.
No, Kate Harrison did. And
What'd
she
she do?
did it real timely with that whole conversation, which kind of implied to me that that can be arranged.
What did she do? She gave you her contact information?
Yes, she did.
Interesting.
She was very thorough about it. In fact, I look forward to working with Kate Harrison, because she seemed to want to do that
Yeah.
very readily.
Yeah, yeah.